Sora can't figure out how gravity works. Yet. Here's the thing. OpenAI's Sora is genuinely impressive on the surface, but the moment you test it with real-world physics, things get weird fast. Objects float when they shouldn't, liquids behave like jello, and collisions look almost right, but somehow deeply wrong. It comes down to how Sora actually learned. It wasn't trained on physics equations or simulation engines. It was trained on video data, billions of frames of visual patterns. So it learned what physics looks like, not what physics is, and that's a completely different thing. Think about that distinction for a second. You could watch 1,000 car crash videos and develop a pretty good intuition for how crashes look, but that doesn't mean you understand momentum, force, or material stress. Sora is essentially in that same position, just operating at massive scale. The technical term researchers use is physical plausibility, and Sora scores inconsistently on it. In one MIT study analyzing AI video generators, Sora failed basic object permanence and collision tests in roughly 60% of complex multi-object scenes. That's not a small glitch, that's a fundamental gap. Object permanence alone is wild to think about. Real cameras never lie about whether something still exists. If a ball rolls behind a box, it's still there. But Sora sometimes just forgets objects exist mid-generation because it's predicting visual tokens, not tracking physical entities in space. But here's where it gets wild. Sora doesn't just struggle with hard physics, it struggles with embarrassingly simple stuff too. Pour water into a glass in a Sora video, and sometimes the water flows sideways, or disappears at the rim, or fills from the top down. Basic kindergarten-level stuff breaks completely. The reason is actually fascinating and a little humbling. Physics in the real world is continuous. Forces act moment to moment across time. But diffusion models like Sora generate video in chunks, patching together frames that look coherent locally but lose global consistency over longer sequences. It's stitching, not simulating. Researchers at Stanford called this the temporal consistency problem, and it's one of the core unsolved challenges in generative video right now. The longer the clip, the worse it gets. A 4-second video might look fine, but push to 20 seconds and you'll see objects change size, shadows appear on the wrong side, and lighting contradict itself. So why didn't OpenAI just train it on physics simulations? Great question, and the answer is more complicated than you'd think. Synthetic simulation data looks different enough from real video that models trained on it generalize poorly to real-world footage. It's actually a known problem in robotics and autonomous driving too, called the sim-to-real gap. What's interesting is that Sora actually handles some physics better than others, and the pattern tells you a lot. It's really good with things humans watch obsessively: walking, facial expressions, fire, flowing hair. It's terrible with things we barely notice, but physics cares about a lot, like how a tablecloth bunches under a coffee cup. But here's where it gets wild. Some of Sora's physics errors are eerily selective and reveal something about internet video culture. Explosions in Sora look cinematic and dramatic, probably because it trained on thousands of action movie clips. But a simple metal ball dropping on concrete looks wrong almost every time. Hollywood physics versus real physics. This creates a genuinely bizarre situation where the AI is better at fake physics than real physics, because fake physics is what dominated the training data. Action films, games, special effects reels, they all overrepresent visually exciting but physically exaggerated phenomena. Sora learned to make things look cool, not accurate. Let's talk rigid body dynamics specifically, because this is where Sora visibly falls apart. Rigid body simulation, how solid objects collide, stack, and tumble, has been basically solved by game engines like Unity and Unreal for decades. But Sora, trained on video patterns, just cannot reliably reproduce it. Objects clip through each other, wobble without cause, or stop mid-fall for no reason. The clipping issue is especially revealing. When two objects overlap in a video frame, Sora has no mechanism to know that's physically impossible. It just sees a pattern of pixels that sometimes look like overlap in training data and reproduces it without understanding that real solid objects cannot share physical space. The model has no concept of this shouldn't happen. But here's where it gets wild. The people testing Sora most rigorously aren't film students or artists, They're actually robotics researchers who were hoping to use it for synthetic training data. And their verdict was pretty blunt. Sora-generated environments aren't reliable enough to train physical robots on, because the robots would learn the wrong cause and effect relationships entirely. That's a huge missed opportunity if you think about it. One of the most valuable applications for photorealistic AI video would be generating training data for robots and autonomous vehicles, essentially manufacturing experience cheaply. But Sora's physics errors would be like training a surgeon on a video game. The visuals match, but the underlying rules are wrong. There's ongoing debate in the AI research community about whether you can ever solve this with scale alone. Just more data, bigger models, longer training runs. The optimist camp, which includes a lot of people close to OpenAI, says yes. Eventually, the patterns become so detailed that emergent physical understanding appears. The skeptics say that's like expecting a thesaurus to understand emotions just because it has more words. The skeptics have a decent argument when you look at the benchmarks. Google DeepMind released a physics evaluation suite in 2024 called Physical Bench, and even the best video generators were scoring below 50% on tasks that a 10-year-old would get right, like predicting which way a tilted ball would roll or what happens when you drop a heavy thing on a light thing. What would actually fix this? Hybrid approaches are the most promising right now, essentially using a physics engine running in parallel with the video generator. So you get the visual richness of diffusion models, but the physical accuracy of simulation. Some startups like PhysGen and World Labs are actively building exactly this kind of architecture, and early results are genuinely exciting. Yann LeCun, Meta's chief AI scientist, has been arguing for years that models need a persistent world model, an internal representation of space, objects, and cause and effect that persists across time, separate from the visual rendering layer. It's a compelling idea, and it maps directly onto why Sora fails. It renders beautifully, but has no persistent internal world to be consistent with. There's something almost philosophical about this whole situation if you sit with it. Sora can generate a video of a glass of water tipping over that looks absolutely stunning. Beautiful light, realistic texture, cinematic framing. But the water flows wrong because the model never understood that water is wet, heavy, and governed by gravity. It knows the aesthetic of water, not water itself. This connects to a broader point about what current AI systems actually are versus what we assume they are. We see impressive outputs, and we pattern match to intelligence, to understanding. But Sora is doing something closer to extremely sophisticated autocomplete for pixels. It's completing visual patterns, not modeling reality. That's not a criticism. It's just what it is right now. Interestingly, human intuitive physics is also learned. Babies famously spend their first year essentially running physics experiments, dropping things, watching them fall, building a model of the world. But humans learn from interaction, from cause and effect feedback loops. Sora only learned from observation, from watching other people's footage, with no feedback about what actually happened next in the real world. Here's a stat that reframes the whole thing. Sora was reportedly trained on approximately 100 million videos. That sounds enormous. But a human child has experienced more total hours of physical interaction with the world by age 5 than Sora could ever extract physical laws from. Because the child's experience is embodied, causal, and multisensory in ways video simply cannot capture. But here's where it gets wild. There are actually specific physics problems Sora handles surprisingly well, and they're the ones that matter most for entertainment. Cloth simulation, fire propagation, crowd movement, ocean waves. All of these appear consistently good in Sora outputs. And not coincidentally, these are the exact things visual effects studios have spent fortunes capturing on film for the last 30 years. So the picture is nuanced. Sora is essentially a mirror of what human filmmakers found worth capturing on camera and distributing online. It inherited our visual priorities and our cinematic obsessions. Where human cameras went, Sora learned well. Where real-world physics happens quietly and unspectacularly, Sora is mostly lost. It's a cultural artifact as much as a technical one. The implications for people actually using Sora for production work are pretty direct. For anything cinematic, abstract, or atmospheric, landscapes, characters, moods, vibes, Sora is genuinely remarkable and getting more useful fast. The moment you need physical accuracy, mechanical processes, liquid behavior, or anything that requires consistent cause and effect across time, you're going to be fixing frames manually or reaching for a different tool. OpenAI knows this. Of course, they're not sitting still. Reports suggest the next iteration of Sora will incorporate physics-informed training objectives and possibly some form of hybrid simulation layer. Whether that closes the gap or just narrows it is genuinely unclear, but the direction of travel is right, and the competition from Google VO and Runway is pushing the whole field hard. Here's what really matters long-term, though. The physics problem isn't just about making better videos. It's the core barrier between AI that generates content and AI that can interact with and reason about the physical world. Solve physics in generative video, and you're most of the way to AI that can plan real actions, train real robots, and model real consequences. It's a foundational problem dressed up in a creative tool. The three biggest things to take away from all of this. First, Sora's physics failures are structural, not bugs. They come from learning visual patterns instead of physical laws, and scale alone probably won't fix that. Second, hybrid approaches combining diffusion models with physics engines are the most credible path forward right now, and several teams are actively building them. Third, where Sora excels tells you more than where it fails. Its strengths map directly to what humans obsessively filmed and distributed, making it as much a cultural artifact as a technical achievement. Drop a comment. Have you actually caught a physics error in a Sora or AI-generated video? And what broke first? I want to know what you noticed, because real user observations are genuinely how researchers track these failure patterns.